Greetings, friends. It's me, Women29. Just wanted to come on and do another video on the mythology of Metatron and what I was talking about before in Jewish mythology. It looks as if the Greek Hellenistic period and its influences on Christianity and the idea of the Trinity. And this is as close as it gets to almost Trinitarian ideas and development. As far as the roles different angelic beings played in heaven, and roles they were allowed to play and roles that they were not allowed to play, and how Christianity ended up changing this theology and melting these three beings into one and writing volumes about it. If you read the Greek Hellenistic literature in Judaism, you can see how both Greek Hellenization, Roman, and Persian ideas melted to form what seems like, currently to me, according to the literature, not the theology, according to the literature, a form of Jewish mysticism, which is later named Christianity, because that's what it is. And you'll see how there was an account of one who ascends and is thought to be as God, but however is debased to show that he is definitely different. And that is the account of Metatron, and which I will read, and I will post the links over there to these stories in the Talmud. The story of Metatron. This comes from the book Ancient Israel, Myths and Legends. You can look it up. You can buy it all in one volume. They're great texts. There's 3 volumes to this, but the story of Metatron. The myths and legends of ancient Jewish angelology are particularly busy with the angel prince who is known as Metatron. It has been suggested that the idea of Metatron has been borrowed from the Persian Mithra, and that the very name of this angel, like all the other names of the angels, come to us from Persia. It seems to me that this is quite a plausible theory, although the majority of authors derive the name Metatron from the Greek. Metatron is the prince of the presence, the prince of the face, the prince of the world. Into the inmost chamber of the divine presence he is allowed to penetrate, while the other angels only receive his commandments from behind the veil. He is the angel of God who spoke to Moses in the name of the Lord of the universe, and who received the mission to lead the children of Israel into the Holy Land. He is severe and revengeful against all those who forsake the name of the Lord. But Metatron is also the protector of the world. Its superintendent into the hands of the world is given, and who is therefore called Sarha Alam, the prince of the world. Now you see how that idea, prince of the world, he possibly was later associated with Satan in the New Testament and demonized, maybe due to the realization of Gnosticism, and in retaliation to Gnosticism he becomes demonized. In early Jewish myth, the legend Metatron is represented as a this is a big word, Vicegerent, of the Creator. It is he who transmits the orders of the Eternal to Moses. He instructs infants who have died without knowledge. He is the prince of the universe, charged by God, the All-Father, to create the world. Thus we find the myth of Metatron, the influence of the idea of the Demiurgos, Ourgos. Judaism, however, would not allow this Gnostic doctrine, and those who taught it were excommunicated. Metatron is also the preserver and guardian of the law of Holy Writ, and is he who afterwards became the teacher and instructor of Moses. Kohat suggested that Hagigah, who is mentioned in rabbinic legend as the teacher of Moses, as being present at the latter's death, is the only other epithet for Metatron. Metatron is thus the greatest of all angels. He is a representative of God, the angel of the face, and he speaks in the name of God. But in Jewish monotheism, strongly opposed the idea that Metatron had either power to forgive sins or was to be adored or regarded as a mediator between man and his maker. These are some of the attributes that were later attributed to Christ. That's why they threw a fit when Christ forgave sins. It could be in retaliation to these Gnostic ideas, which probably raised alarms. Of Elisha ben Abuyah, Abuyah, I apologize, I can't pronounce that in Hebrew. It is told that one day he saw Metatron sitting in heaven and would have inferred that there were two supreme powers. The story of Elisha ben Abuyah and Metatron, a Jewish fast. And it came to pass that one day Rabbi Elisha, the son of Abuyah, was allowed to pry into paradise, and he perceived the angel Metatron, the recording angel, sitting on the seat and registering the merits of the children of Israel. At this sight, the Rebbe was struck with astonishment and would have inferred that there were two supreme powers in heaven. He exclaimed, "Is it not laid down that there is no sitting in heaven and no short-sightedness?" And in order to prove the angel's inferiority, Metatron was ordered by the heavenly court to receive 60 fiery lashes from another angel. Metatron then asked and obtained to leave to cancel all the past merits of the apostate Rebbe, who was henceforth known by the name of Achner, another. And one day, which happened to be a Sabbath day of atonement, the Rebbe was riding along when he heard from heaven, "Return all the backsliding children, but Achner alone, abide thou in thy sin." So this is like one of the unforgivable sins for saying that. And you see the big issue of Jewish views of Christ just from this mythological idea in the text of the Talmud. According to some sources, however, Metatron is supposed to be none other than Enoch, son of Jared, and after his ascension to heaven, Enoch legend and Jewish lore gradually underwent a change. And in early Hagigah, Enoch is not identical with Metatron. In the Slavic book of Enoch, the son of Jared is described as a very wise man who loved and received, enabling him to see heavenly abodes, kingdoms of a wise and great, never-changing God. So there we have a place where a mediator was already tried out even before the ideas of Christ came along, and was tried and was almost seen as a Trinity type, one with the Supreme, however, was not and was debased, which is possibly why the story of the crucifixion, this debasing occurs to show that possibly Christ maybe is not to be thought of as being part of God, but as not even as a mediator, even though this this kind of mystic theology was put forward. When compared to the literature, everything's happened before, and in the view of the literature, not our modern theology, in the view of the literature, it is far, far different. So take care, friends, and remember, if everyone's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.